Alright, so I'm using my vlog setup today because I didn't want to set up the big rig. A lot of people are asking for this video, so I figured if I just use the vlog setup, I can quickly make a video for you guys showing these off. This is going to be an extended video, so it's going to be a longer video where I'm literally just going to be talking with the camera, setting the camera down, talking, and talking. So, what do we have here? We have a Cadence 12-inch car audio subwoofer. Over here, we have a JVC 12-inch car subwoofer. My generalized assumption is going to be that they're both rated at 300 watts RMS and that they're both of the 4 ohm impedance. So, what are the differences? Well, the Cadence is obviously in a much bigger enclosure than the JVC. The Cadence is a ported enclosure, as seen by the giant flare on the left side there, whereas the JVC is sealed. The Cadence has an awfully aggressive and whatever cone with dust cap, and it's scratched and it's really bright orange. It's not damaged, it's just scratched. The JVC is obviously just a black box, and it's just a prefab black box. My guess for the sound, and yes, I have had these going just purely to make sure they work, but I haven't really done any A to B testing. That's probably going to be punchier, which is a pretty general assumption for a sealed enclosure. This one's probably going to be more boomy, play lower, get louder, probably a better sub in the long run. But we'll test that out in today's video. As well as that, we're going to pull the subs out of the enclosure to have a look at the back of them, of course. As well as that, we're going to push the limits. We're probably going to get them smelly. And that's all going to happen in today's video because you guys want to see these subwoofers that I paid a whopping 15 Australian dollars, which is probably not even 10 US dollars for the pair of them. They're going to be hooked up to the CV2800. We're going to push the limits. We're going to make them smell. And we're just going to have a bit of fun with it. So, that's today's video. Let's have a look at the Cadence and the JVC subwoofer and see what they're all about. So, I might as well start off each clip here just with pushing the absolute limits of each subwoofer. So we're going to start off with the JVC. This song is called Defeat the Night. It's by JPF. It's a no copyright sounds song. It's in my no copyright sounds playlist on Spotify. Go follow it. Regardless, this just is the first song I found that seems to have a decent bass line. So let's push the JVC, see what it's capable of, and then we'll move on to the Cadence. So I know the camera probably won't pick that up. It is set to auto gain, so that shouldn't have clipped the microphone at all. That is a new setting I'm experimenting with again. But that is audibly distorting. It's actually to the point where you can hear the driver is struggling to produce those frequencies. I mean, it moves a fair bit. I was probably getting 20 millimeters of excursion out of that then. Pretty impressive. I can actually smell it already. Wow, it's already warm. So that was pushing that well and truly hard. That was probably getting somewhere in the neighborhood of somewhere between 5 and 800 watts RMS. That was pushing the CV2800 decently hard at 4 ohms on a channel. So anyway, we're going to move on to the Cadence. We're going to do the same test, the same song, and yeah, we'll push that thing to its limits now. See if that one can smell. I don't know how I can smell this because it's a sealed enclosure. Maybe because I do think there is a tear in the surround. Yeah, right there's a tear in the surround. But again, let's move on to the Cadence sub now. Alright, so as I just said, here we go with the Cadence. Let's do the same song, the same point in the song, and let's crank it right up. That smells so bad. Oh wow, I was clearly pushing that way harder than I thought I was. I couldn't hear it distorting, but I could tell by the way it was moving when it was hitting those higher frequencies, it was sucking the cone right in. Oh, that stinks. Wow. Okay, so I clearly had that going way harder than I thought I did. That smells awful. Nonetheless, though, yes, I was pushing it very, very hard. That song clearly has some low frequency sweeps in it as well, in which it was like literally nearly maxing it out. But that high note, it was like sucking the cone right in. It was really cool. But yes, that smells absolutely awful. I bet you if I had lasted that for maybe another minute, probably would have blown it up. So there we go. That's the maximum of both of the drivers. So let's have a look. We'll start with the cadence. We'll pull it out. We might do some free air while we're at it. My voice is now going. Also, I planned on doing this a while ago. Very similar video to this, but I got sick for 2 weeks and my voice sounded awful. Nonetheless, I think I've said that about 6 times so far. Let's pull the driver out and inspect the back of it, do some free air, etc, etc, etc. It's probably been a while since I've shown my face on this channel. I've just woken up. I wanted to get this video out of the way before I go to work in approximately a few hours. So let's bust this out. Let's pull the driver out. I should also add that this Cadence sub, when I bought it, had 4 metal self-tapping screws holding it in. So since then I have changed them out for 8 identical wood screws because it had self-tapping metal screws with really, really, really fine thread, and all 4 of them were stripped. Put some wood screws in with some thickest thread, and whilst these aren't the highest gauge screws in the world, these are gripping up way, way tougher in the wood. So here we go. This is the back of the Cadence driver. I should bring you in a little bit closer here to have a look. Maybe I'll pull, oh wow. Oh wow, that stinks, man. I clearly pushed this way too hard. I did get it to volume 50 and my sub amp is turned all the way up. That is so hot too, man. So, wow, I nearly blew this thing. So, here's the Cadence. Here's the back of it. We have a stock standard stamped steel basket. Some nice circles in the back of the basket. I don't know what the deal is with that. Vented pole piece in there. You can see through, looking through the gap in the magnet there. There is venting. It's also vented on the bottom. Single stack magnet, decently sized. It's 4 ohm. It doesn't have a power rating on it, but I'm going to assume, being a car subwoofer, this is 300 watts RMS. Again, there's the cone, there's the face of it, there's the back of it. Really not much else to say. It's got spades on the back, so you have to connect them up the boring old way. And what we'll do is we'll plug those in, and I don't know which goes where, but I think I would assume that the red would go to the positive. But sometimes they do that differently. I don't really know. Let's do free air. Let's test it out. We'll get the camera nice and close. We'll play some free air through this subwoofer, and I don't know what I was gonna say. Let's just play free air through the subs. All right, so the Cadence subwoofer. Let's go some free air now. I'm definitely not gonna push it as hard because I will bottom this out so hard. I should probably reiterate that my room still absolutely stinks from this driver, and it's still noticeably warm to the touch. Let's do the same with the JVC now. And it's all back together again. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, this is actually a decent subwoofer. That is pretty damn loud and impressive sound. Alright, so here we have the JVC woofer. Now I love how this angle makes it look like it's a shallow mount sub, but in reality, on the back of it we have, again, stamped steel basket, smaller single stacked magnet. We have our ratings on the bottom here. As I guessed, it is 4 ohms, 300 watts RMS. It's a JVC CSGW 1200F 12-inch subwoofer. So we have what appears to probably be a 2.5-inch coil in there. We have push terminals, or are they screw? They are screw terminals. And now we're just going to push the limits of the sub, because that's exactly what we do on this channel. So let's do that, and my voice is going again. I'm just going to slowly turn this one up. Man, even just pushing it that hard, I can smell it. And it's warm. It's funny how not used, well, that actually just sounds like such a flex, but I'm not used to these like low power subs with the CV2800, especially, I mean, free air, you can't tell how much power you're giving it. For all I know, that's probably twice its RMS rating and it's just being pushed way too hard, but it's smelly from just doing that. So, JVC 12-inch subwoofer free air, I mean, this seems like a decent driver. So does the Cadence. To be honest, for 15 bucks, if you put these in, well, not that you put them in the same enclosure because they're different drivers, but if you built two ported enclosures for these on a budget, I don't think you could get more bass for 15 Australian dollars, which is probably, knowing today's conversion rates, under 10 US dollars. That is ridiculous. So what I'm going to do now is, now that they're both back in their boxes, they're both hooked up, is I'm going to play them both at their limits, and we're going to see how much bass we get in the corner. Keeping in mind, my mic has auto gain levelers, so, well, it's not going to distort it. So after I've done that test to show you the bass response of these at their full capacity, I'll record a quick clip on my phone so you can understand that these are actually quite loud and distort the microphone. So let's do that. We're going to play the same song as we have the whole time, just because it's no copyright sound, and that makes it easy for me and less of a headache when I'm trying to edit it and make sure I don't have to worry about you being able to hear the audio and that getting me a copyright claim. Oh my god, that's a lot of talking. Let's turn these subs up. So when I tested these before, I got them to 50 when they were in their enclosures, and that's when they were smelling. Free air, I only got these to volume 35, so let's start at 35 and then go on from there. That is not bad. Let's go up there. That's enough there to the point where I can see the mouse moving on the screen because it's vibrating the couch enough. Nonetheless, the ESO 5s look nice. The ESO 7s are currently being built. They are just about to be sanded. But here we go. That is those subwoofers at full volume. Let me know what you want me to do with them. As much as I'd be keen to build an enclosure into a budget series like I teased I would, I'm actually not too sure if I want to go down that road because it's a lot of work for subwoofers that I probably won't do a lot with. But I think I might have an idea for what's coming for subwoofers as well, which is very, very exciting news. More on that later, if/when the plans go through, if they do. Let's quickly show it on my phone so you can hear that these do distort the microphone, because everyone loves to hear it. Let's do that now. Okay, so as you can see, here's my camera and the drill I used to take the subs out. Let's record. This is the second drop now. It's really shaky. This phone doesn't have OIS for some reason. But let's record the second drop. We'll just go to the same volume of 42. And there we have it. So, well, I'll outro it on my phone. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Make sure you chuck a like on it, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Subwoofers will be coming soon. So all the ESO 7s. And I hope you enjoyed this quick little video.